So you notice you start to get little pecs and so forth, and that kind of hooked you.
Yeah, the development, and because I think the main reason most persons, like you mentioned, start the gym and stop is because everybody believes that you get in the gym, you do these 3 or 4 sets of a movement, you go home the next day, you're gonna see a difference. So a week passes by, 2 weeks pass by, a month passes by, you don't see any immediate results. You're like, you know what, this isn't working for me. I really don't have fun doing this in the first place. Why should I come back? And a lot of persons stop because of that. But that, of course, stems from a multitude of things. Whether it's a case you're not doing stuff correctly, say having proper form, technique, whatever. You just really don't care how dedicated to do things properly in the first place. You don't push yourself, you're not eating right. So many different things can come into play with that first month in the gym and seeing any kind of results to make you want to stay.
Your first month, so to speak, was not in a gym.
Correct.
You had one of them, if I remember, one of them concrete dumbbells.
It's ceramic.
Okay.
So you had like the sand or whatever we call it. Yeah.
Okay, so you had one little dumbbell and you started curls. Curls for the girls, right?
Curls for the girls.
Curls for the girls. So what was that 1 month for you like? Because okay, I think everybody does that. They somehow find something around the house. Oh, there's some dumbbells, and you start to curl, and you know, after a week of doing it every day, maybe you just stop. One day you don't do it. You know what I mean? It never becomes an obsession. So after doing that, how did it become an obsession for you?
Well, in that initial stage, like you mentioned, I think what it really was for me, of course, everybody doing the gym the first time. Most persons tend to overdo the first time. It's something new, you get excited, you want to do every different exercise you can find. So I had the same experience with that same one dumbbell. With its curls, did something with triceps, some kind of haul, added in some push-ups and whatnot. And the next day, so you can't move properly. Your hand can't bend too tough, your hand is stuck like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, okay, you know what? This is, I guess, my body getting used to this stuff. Let me see what happens the next day and the next day. And it goes along, you realize the soreness dissipates. You don't necessarily feel the effects of the workout anymore. It's kind of like you trying to chase that feeling. Like, okay, why am I not sore anymore? Am I not doing enough?
That's an interesting take for somebody that's working out for the first time without any guidance. Is picking up a dumbbell and assessing it in that way. I know that shows like to me a different level of thinking, because most people like, oh, this let me put it down. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Is that how that's how you've always broken down things?
Some things, yes. But I think what that stems from as well too. For example, like I could have met my dad used to work out. So it's not a case where even at that time, one second, I want to look like that. But it's like, okay, he does this. It hurts, but why does he do this? So it's kind of like, okay, let me keep going and see what happens to me if I continue to do this.
For
Like
the
that
girls,
kind of
go on.
But pardon me?
For the girls, go on.
Girls for girls. But I mean, yeah, that's how I felt about it personally. Like I mentioned, a lot of persons come in to feel that. I've personally seen a lot of persons that I've trained and just seen coming out to the gyms. They come in literally that first day, do everything they possibly can find to do, and you don't see them ever again. Because the initial soreness you get from that first day or two is ridiculous. So, but I guess I went the opposite route and kind of said, okay, you know what? Let's see what happens next time. Let's see if I can get rid of this soreness. I'll overcome this or whatever.
I don't know. It seems like a very analytical way of approaching things. At least approaching that particular situation, and we'll probably get into it later, but maybe it speaks to the success you've been able to define taking that kind of approach or the way of thinking. This is